countdown to the last comic shop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
250 America! Let's go!
That's right! It's the last comic shop podcast! That's right! 250 years of America and almost 300 episodes of this damn podcast! We are excited! We are celebrating! We've got Captain America and tournaments and all kinds of awesome jazz all lined up for you this week.
That's right. It is exciting. We are in danger of running out of Captain America books as we do this every year. I say that next year we go to Captain Britain, the original Captain America.
Oh, we threw that tea in the drink. Come on now.
You can't do that on America's semi-quincentennial.
Who didn't look that one up before the show?
I had to write it down.
Unpack that, J.A. So why is it a semi-quincentennial?
Quincentennial was 500 years, and this is half of 500 years, so it's a semi-quincentennial.
There are semi-trucks, half a truck?
They are two parts of a truck. You've got the truck engine, and then you've got the thing they're carrying. So, yes, they are.
What they're hauling, I guess, yeah.
I don't think that's how it works. But what we do is work every single holiday for you, making sure that we're bringing you a brand new podcast for you to listen to on your way to whatever cookout or gathering where they're going to explode lots of stuff in the air and everyone will cheer. Yay! And what is celebrating Independence Day without celebrating traditions? And we have tons of traditions on our Independence Day episodes of The Last Comic Shop. Every year, the host with the most, Andy Larson, brings together the standard 4th of July crew, that is J.A. Scott, Chad Smith, and Ethan Larson. Not only do we review a Captain America comic book, which I will say, there's a lot of issues of Captain America that we technically could read. And we're reading some issues that happened at the tail end of Volume 1. Was it Volume 1? Volume 2?
This was Volume 1. This is at the very end.
When does he get shot? Because I was expecting him to get shot during this.
That's issue 25.
We're already lining up next year's episode. We'll read where Captain America gets shot. We're not reading it this week. We are reading Captain America issues
444 to 454.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the second half of today's show. But as I mentioned, we have other traditions. And one of the traditions we have on The Last Comic Shop is to rank foods.
This all originally started when we used to eat chicken and drink beer on the 4th of July. And so that tradition came over with the first ever episode, which was Last Chicken Shop. You can go back and review that. Then we got Last Burger Shop after that. And then we had Last Soda Shop.
I'm still so mad about cherry soda. So mad.
And then if you're mad about cherry soda, then you're mad about cherry ice cream when we did the Last Ice Cream Shop. And now we're finally getting to the point where we're kind of like...
I believe what you're looking for is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I like to think glass half full, sir. No, we're doing the Last Sauce Shop.
That's right. Do you like to put ketchup on your stuff? Do you like mustard? Do you like relish? Do you like hot sauce? Do you like maple syrup? All of these things potentially could be in our tournament of 16 that we are going to rank for you as our opening segment. We're going to see what is going to be the best condiment. And unlike previous years, we don't have a place for you to vote. So we are doing this the whole way through to the winner. So you actually don't get to vote this year. Boy, howdy. How has America changed?
Boy, yeah. We started as a democracy, now we're authoritative.
That's right. Now we're just going to tell you what the best sauce is. Changing time.
But if you do have any comments, you can always leave it on any of your podcasting platforms. They all have comment sections. Spotify comments, Apple Podcast comments. We'll read them on the show, too.
We did it a couple weeks ago, and I'm thinking that we should do it again. So, yeah, if you have some comments about why we got this wrong, leave them.
Let us know.
JA is going to be the host this year, relieving me of some hosting duties. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to him. What do we got?
Yes,
All right, we've got a 16-team single elimination bracket. That's where 1 goes up against 16, 2 against 15, and so forth. So these are condiments and or sauces or things that you would put on your food to zhuzh it up a bit.
Accentuate the taste.
Yes, or just add taste to it.
Depending on who's cooking, 100%.
So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. Number 1 with the bullet is ketchup going against jelly and or jam.
Now, this has to be Heinz ketchup. I think we talked about this.
That's right. There's only one ketchup. There's a catsup. There's a lot of other things that are red sauces that you would put on things that taste like, but there's only one Heinz. It comes from the great city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And that's where our podcast
used to have a field
so
named after it.
I don't know that it comes from Pittsburgh anymore. I feel like it's a multinational conglomerate.
So jelly is delicious, but I feel like jelly is also very specific to like one thing, which is like toast. And you have to usually pair it with peanut butter in order for it to really shine.
And I feel like when you do that, you're taking it out of condiment territory. So unless you're real, in rough shape, you don't have ketchup sandwiches.
Yeah, but what about like, jalapeno jelly or like any of the...
Yeah, no, I think ketchup just wins on the fact that it comes in a much better packet with which to dispense it than jelly does with those the tops you got to rip off and then you need a knife to dig it out.
Oh,
yes.
And with the ketchup technology, they have the packets where you can pick whether you want to tear the top off or if you want to peel it back and use it as a dipper.
One thing I will say is that I said one time that I only eat chicken McNuggets with ketchup, and Andrew said blasphemous in my...
That's right. That is absolutely right. Chicken McNuggets with jelly.
I had a jelly chicken nugget.
If you're eating the value meal at McDonald's, ketchup is like the closest you're getting to a vegetable.
Yeah, 100%.
That is true.
Oh, come on, all right, let's just settle this. It's America's 250. Ketchup is moving on. Come on, we got even
ketchup
jelly
is moving on.
Lafayette might have wanted jelly, but Washington is a ketchup man.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right.
I like it.
Moving on, this is probably the most competitive matchup of the entire bracket. That's the 8-9 salsa versus honey.
Ooh.
Salsa. Well,
oh my God.
All right, I'm going to go first here. There is nothing better than going to one of those authentic Mexican restaurants, right, and filling up on the free chips that they bring you at the table with the delicious, usually homemade salsa, like or pico de gallo or something, and then taking your entree home. That is my favorite thing to do. Keep bringing the chips. Just keep bringing the chips.
Those beans are refried already. What's one more time?
That's right. As opposed to honey, which I'll be honest, I only really ingest when I'm got a cold because I put it in my tea. Like, I'm not really a honey dude. I may Winnie the Pooh my shirts sometimes, but I'm not Winnie the Pooh in most of my food. So, like, salsa is my vote. Ethan?
This is like battling between children right now because I am a proponent of using honey in my coffee because of the same thing. Like, when I was sick one time, put it in, using the same theory as like the honey in the tea, but now I just do honey and coffee all the time. For the allergies, it's good for that. Local honey is balm. But salsa, man. I mean, you're talking salsa verde, you're talking pico de gallo, you're talking mole probably isn't thrown in there. Guacamole could be considered a salsa. It's just so versatile, man. So I'm torn. J.A.?
I'm going honey all the way. I know it's boring, but you think about it. Honey can be added to so many different things. Salsa is just salsa. It's always salsa. You can put it on chips. You can maybe put it in your burrito or on your taco or something, but it's essentially always on the side, where honey can also use it for baking. You can, as you said, use it as a balm, as a salve. You can use it to attract ants and kill them, or other bugs if bugs attract them.
You're weaponizing it. Ooh.
This is getting violent.
And let's not forget about hot honey. Hot honey is banging, bro.
So I am a tea guy, and I enjoy honey. And before most podcasts, even I'll have a little bit of honey with my tea to coat the throat there, so my dulcet tones are all that more dulcety. And hot honey, I put that on pizza. It's a delight. But I don't know that it's a delight that beats out fresh salsa. For me, a lot of Mexican foods are the same 4 ingredients, just rearranged. And salsa is one of those ingredients. You got to have a good salsa on your tacos, on your burritos. You got to have it on any sort of quesadillas. So I feel like it's an integral cultural touchstone. With tea, I could just do sugar or something else, I guess. I don't know. So salsa for me.
All right. So, Ethan, it's 1 honey, 2 salsas. You going to make us flip a coin?
No, I'm sorry, Jay. I got to go salsa. It's too good. It's too versatile. I love carne asada coming over to my house.
Honey doesn't feel like a condiment. It feels like something else. It's like a salt and pepper or sugar. Like it's its own thing.
Moving on, we've got the 4-13 matchup: ranch versus gravy.
Yes. Now this one's tough.
Battle right here.
This is pure Americana.
I would put ranch in my gravy. I would put gravy in my ranch. Other than maybe hot sauce, I think these are my top 3 condiments. I'm just going to say ranch, though, because to be blunt, ranch is great just anytime. I feel like gravy, you need a lot of accoutrement to enjoy gravy. Like, you have to be able to heat it up. Like, I don't like cold gravy. Like, so at least you need like a microwave or something. Like ranch, I love putting on fries. I love putting it on fish fry. Like, I love that instead of tartar sauce.
You're a big pizza ranch guy too. You're a big pizza.
Oh yeah, I gotta have ranch for my crusts of my pizza too. Too much stuff you need for gravy. Although when you have it, gravy's great. Jay.
Man, I think the problem I have with ranch is that you can't really make it. You can make gravy on the stove. You're cooking a steak. You make some gravy on the side. You're cooking turkey. You can make some gravy on the side. You can make gravy from drippings and stuff. People don't make ranch from, what do you make? Ranch from the drippings of your salad? I don't know. You just buy ranch. So that would be the thing that I think holds it back.
It is easier to make gravy.
That being said, it's ranch all day long.
All right. Chad, ranch gravy?
Personally, I prefer gravy to ranch, but when I put them side by side, I just think everything I can do with gravy, I can do with ranch. I can put ranch on a sandwich. I can dip my fries in ranch. I'm not going to put gravy on a salad. That's terrible. Why would you do that thing? I'm not going to dip my chicken wings in gravy, but after I said that out loud, I kind of want to dip my chicken wings in gravy, see what it's like. But I'm going to go ranch. Ranch.
I'm going to make a clean sweep. Doesn't matter. I'm ranch too.
That is surprising. I think gravy would have won out for Ethan in any other matchup, but this is tough.
Honestly, it was your cold gravy speech, because gravy is crap when it's cold. Like it's
true.
It's inedible when it's cold. So like that.
But
yeah.
For me, it was mashed potatoes, because I thought that's the one place where like gravy has a clear advantage.
But you probably also can't eat ranch hot.
Nobody wants the hot ranch. That sounds like a terrible sex move. Like, then she hit me with the hot ranch, and then I lose her phone number for the rest of my life. I'm not talking spicy ranch. You can have spicy ranch, but you get a load of the hot ranch. You're not going to be able to look her in the eye ever again.
Ranch at some amusement park that's been sitting out in one of those pump containers.
It's just food poisoning is what it is. I really don't want to go to work tomorrow. Give me some of that.
Give me some of that hot ranch.
The next one, I think, is probably another slam dunk. You've got soy sauce and or teriyaki sauce going up against barbecue sauce.
Yeah, barbecue, done.
Yeah, barbecue. There are occasions when I like a soy sauce. And soy sauce is more of like I don't know. I think it's more of a cooking thing. Like I use barbecue sauce. I actually put on things like ribs and chicken and all kinds of. It's like it's as versatile as ranch. It's like ranch or barbecue. Those are your default dipping sauces. So I don't think there's any question.
I will say, though, that no one is putting barbecue sauce on sushi.
No. Oh, no.
Some soy and some wasabi. I'm going to go for soys just because I live in Asia and I eat something that's either cooked or has soy sauce on the side almost every day, and barbecue sauce, few and far between.
Are we going to flip this off, Ethan, or are you going barbecue sauce?
Well, there's Japanese barbecue sauce. Isn't that the best of both worlds? They got soy
and a bit of wasabi.
Can I play devil's advocate there?
Way to be the diplomat.
I think I'm going to go a little radical here. I think I'm going to go soy sauce because,
Wow!
Yeah, it's enough.
I didn't think it was going to be a coin flip this early. Coin flip it is.
Okay.
We've got 2-2. If barbecue goes down, oh my goodness.
It is heads. It is barbecue sauce. It's moving on.
You can't be mad at soy sauce, though. I mean, it's still delightful.
It is. It's delicious with sushi, but I couldn't see barbecue sauce going down this early. That's like Duke blowing it in the first round. Please, that doesn't happen. No. They got to move on. Barbecue's got going on. What do we got next?
This is the number 2 seed, mustard, up against the 15 seed, which is like brown sauce.
Now, does A1 count as brown sauce?
Yeah, I go look that up. The HP sauce, Worcestershire sauce.
All right, so I'm going to go first as I have. If we're including A1, then A1 wins because I hate mustard. I mean, mustard is my least favorite condiment. The only mustard I really like is Grey Poupon. It's not as mustardy tasting, but A1, my goodness. Can you have a steak without that stuff?
Yes, of course you can. It's called learning how to cook it better. Mustard on a dog, mustard on a sausage, the honey mustard.
I don't trust them. Folks that use honey mustard as a dipping sauce for the chicken nuggets, I don't understand them. There's from some alien planet. I don't get it.
I totally disagree. I think anything that's served with a good brown sauce is a food that I'm like, oh, I wish I just had this food prepared better. I just wish I had this steak prepared the way that I like. And so, it's mustard all day for me. All the different sandwiches, all the different kinds of mustard you can have, whether it's the Grey Poupon or the horseradish mustard. Oh, I'm a mustard guy. The honey mustard, I think, is a delight.
250 years ago, we fought for our independence. Independence from HP sauce. Independence from brown sauce. Independence from Worcester sauce. We, as a country, came together behind a German condiment. Let's go mustard for the win.
All right. Mustard is a number 2. Dang it. My daughter's going to be so upset. She would put A1 in her coffee.
I am one of the people that went to Ruth Chris and asked for A1. I am that guy, and I'm still choosing mustard. It's just a better condiment.
This next one should be over very quickly. It is the number 10 seed butter, which you can get in both salted and unsalted varieties, going up against relish, which at least has other things in it besides butter.
Okay, so J.A. is obviously picking relish.
I love pickles. I love pickle-based things. I love relish. But I'm a fat guy. Butter all day, every day. butter substitute isn't made better with butter.
I gotta go with Chad. Can I eat toast without butter? Forget it. Can I eat waffles without butter? Forget it. Baked potatoes? Everything is better with butter. It's like ketchup. It's the go-to condiment for pretty much everything. So yeah, butter's butter. Yeah.
Hey, you like hot dog and hot dog buns? Try one buttered. Oh! You like going to your steakhouse? You're going to get those rolls. You're going to need some butter. Butter!
Ethan?
Yeah, I mean, half of relish is bad. Like, the sweet relish, terrible. Dill relish, on the other hand, is really good. And also, if you're talking, like, you get on the Chicago hot beef sandwiches, the gardenia, if that's considered a relish, that's fantastic. Butter, it's not really a condiment. I don't know how it's on here. It's the cooking instrument.
You made the list. You made the list. I'm going on record. Ethan picked these. We're doing a flip. Somehow butter, which is as versatile as ranch. Is butter going down like a chump? Let's see.
It is tails. Butter goes through.
Butter prevails. I might not because of too much butter. Butter for the win.
All the fat guys rejoice. Butter and ranch are moving on.
I can't believe it's not butter. But it is.
But
Going
it is.
Okay, 2 more matchups to go. Mayo in all of its varieties. I'll even throw in Miracle Whip. I'll give you Miracle Whip.
Ooh.
Thank God.
Versus oil and vinegar.
Okay, I'm going to throw in Italian dressing there. That is technically an oil vinegar thing. But mayo, come on now. Mayo is, again, like butter, like ranch. If you love your calories, if you love being American and a little bit tubbier around the sides, these are all the things that you should be fighting for, America. Butter, ranch, mayo. Let's go.
I'm going to be the counterpoint here. I'm going to go oil and vinegar because we already have so many fat guy condiments on here. There has to be something for the skinny bitches out there. Come on now. Let's go. You have butter. You just use that. It tastes the same as mayo. I'm telling you.
What?
I was going to say grilled cheese. If you're out of butter, you can use mayo for your grilled cheese.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only argument I could make for oil and or vinegar is the vinegar is better on fries than mayo, unless you're doing a whole Canadian poutine. You got to bring all sorts of other stuff in there. But otherwise, once we included Miracle Whip, and I'm assuming the wide variety of aiolis that are out there now, I'm going mayo.
Yeah, we spent way too long on this. It's obviously mayo. Moving on.
Come on.
The last in the bracket, the number 11 seed sour cream, which you could also throw in like tartar sauce and stuff like that, versus the number 6 hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. No, it's hot sauce all day. Hot sauce all day. We don't even need to waste time with this category. The sour cream is the worst condiment, and I will fight
What?
anybody. You can put butter on a baked potato. You don't need sour cream.
Makes a taco supreme, buddy. It's sour cream.
What makes a baked potato better? Butter and sour cream and chives and cheese.
I would like to ask, have any of you ever had any sort of shot and or drink at the bar that has sour cream in it?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
I like
No.
sour cream, but
Have any of you ever had a shot and or drink at the bar that had hot sauce in it?
Yes.
Yes.
Bloody Marys.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
Case closed.
Yeah, absolutely. Sriracha. Sriracha might move on past even like ranch at this point. We'll see.
Hot sauce is the new American tradition. You don't have...
you can't be supreme without sour cream, but I will agree. There's no sour ones overtaking the internet. I think hot sauce is the quintennial choice.
Quintennial.
Maybe for you.
All right, so that's the bracket. So moving on, ketchup, salsa, ranch, barbecue, mustard, butter, mayo, and hot sauce. Let's go through this lightning round now. Ketchup versus salsa.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
I think so. Mayo versus hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
All right. I told you, Sriracha's going to beat mayo every time. Chad seems to be on the fence a little bit, maybe. Maybe? Shrugs?
Yeah, no, I'll still go hot sauce on this one.
Yeah, it's hot sauce.
All right.
Mustard versus butter.
Oh,
Butter.
this is butter.
Butter.
You've got to be kidding me. It's mustard all day long.
Yeah, I'm going mustard too. Let's flip it all.
Oh,
Oh, man.
I appreciate the versatility of mustard.
I'm standing on business right now. It's mustard.
When was the last time you put mustard on waffles? Please, player.
Might actually be good.
Pulls a little bit of mustard in there.
It's an epicac.
Okay, I'm flipping. Heads for mustard, tails for butter. Survey says mustard's moving on. And the last one, ranch versus barbecue.
Oh, wow. All right, we do need to talk about this one. I don't think this is a light. This one's tough. I'm going ranch. I like the coolness of a good ranch versus the hotness of a BBQ. I've got hot sauce on there. Hot sauce eclipsed barbecue sauce a long time ago.
Barbecue sauce has never made me want to throw up. Ranch in the sun, no thank you. Hot barbecue, yes please.
I'm going barbecue too because it tastes better on chicken, it tastes better on ribs. I mean, I'm not slathering my ribs in ranch. I'm sorry.
Although, like a nice ranch dust,
yeah,
it'd be all right.
I love barbecue chips. I do like the Cool Ranch chips, but barbecue chips are good too. I think barbecue is just much more versatile because you can use it to cook, where ranch is almost always on the side unless you're putting it in a salad.
You know, Jay, you have a good point. A vote for butter is a vote for barbecue sauce. So let's go. If butter is moving on, so is barbecue.
Butter did not
butter
move
lost
on.
to mustard.
Butter lost. Butter lost to mustard.
You guys are going to miss butter when it's gone. I'll tell you that.
Butter's the Dr. Pepper of this round. I am incensed by the lack of
the Dr. Pepper. It was the number 10 seed. Mustard is the number 2 seed.
How it got that high, please. I'd like to see the NCAA judges that put that one at the 2 seed.
Barbecue and hot sauce are the 5 and 6, and then we have ketchup and mustard, the 1, 2. So we didn't go straight chalk.
I'm not putting chalk on my baked potato.
All right, so we're down to the big 4. Ketchup versus barbecue, mustard versus hot sauce.
All right, let's go with the mustard versus hot sauce first. Because this mustard, it has to die in its crib right now. Like we're not. I've dealt with your nonsense for the last 3 rounds here, talking about how mustard is so great. It's garbage. It's terrible. It's only good when you pair it with other things. Like if you have a burger that has ketchup and mustard and mayo and ranch and something else on top of it. It's garbage otherwise. You don't dip anything. No. Hot sauce for the win. Sriracha is the thing that changed my life before sriracha and after sriracha. So hot sauce is the clear winner.
I did have a weird roommate that would eat mustard on a plate. He would start with the pretzels and he would just, by the end of it, would just be eating mustard. And I've never seen anybody do that since. So maybe this was just a glitch in the Matrix, I think is what is more likely. I'm going hot sauce. I'm a hot sauce guy. As that woman says, I put that shit on everything and I love it.
Yeah, I respect the mustard more than the Larson boys, apparently. But it's hot sauce is the choice of the new generation. It's the Pepsi of the quintennial set.
I'll make it a clean sweep. You don't see people putting mustard on pizza, which will probably have to be next year's. Next year's is going to be pizza toppings.
I could dip in some honey mustard, though. That would be good. The pizza crust.
Yeah, but that's the crust. That's just bread. You're just dipping bread, essentially. Might as well just dip bread into something.
You know, it was really good to dip your pizza crust in garlic butter from Papa John's. Hashtag justice for butter. Hashtag release the butter cut.
Can you sculpt ranch? I don't think so.
It's all you mustard people taking down butter. I'm just going to remind you.
The last semifinal, ketchup versus barbecue.
For you guys, I'm going barbecue. It's a better choice.
To me, barbecue is just ketchup with some stuff added to it.
Yeah, we already have hot sauce. Again, barbecue is like your grandpa's hot sauce. They didn't have hot sauce that was hot enough, so they made something that was better. We can rebuild it. It is the $6 million man of barbecue sauces. That's what hot sauce is. So no, ketchup. They haven't made a better ketchup.
Yeah, I'm going ketchup on this one. We already have hot sauce. It's the same thing. Andy's right.
Better packet design. Barbecue sauce comes in the little thing you've got to pull off the top, and then it's a dipping container. Ketchup, you've got the packet you can open. You can pour it out in a pile if you want. You can do what I've seen certified crazy people do, is where they open the packet up and they put out a little bit of ketchup per fry. So they'll take a French fry and then they'll push out a little bit of ketchup onto that one French fry. What I do, what you should do, you get the ketchup, you put it in the tin, and then you put salt on the ketchup. Don't put salt on the French fries. Put salt on the ketchup. That way you can get the exact amount of salt every time you dip.
You do like me when I'm eating in the car, and you just open the ketchup packet, and then you eat the fry, and then you suck on the ketchup packet in your mouth, so that way you don't have to dip. You can still dry.
Can we move on to the last round, which is ketchup versus hot sauce? We're making this decision for you. So you can leave us comments if you disagree. It's hot sauce. It's hot sauce for the win. Sriracha is much better on fries than even ketchup is.
I'll use ketchup more than I'll use hot sauce, but I'm still going to say hot sauce.
Ethan?
Like I said, I love ketchup, but hot sauce is the condiment. You don't need anything else when you got hot sauce. It's already hot. It's already going to blow up your taste buds no matter when you eat it. What's great about mustard? It's spicy sometimes. What's great about ketchup? It's a little bit more vinegary. What's great about barbecue sauce? Sometimes it's a little spicy. What do all these things have in common? It's all hot sauce in the end. Come on. Hot sauce for the win. If you got taste buds, let's go.
I just love hot sauce gave us sriracha sauce, which is a pure American invention from California by Thai immigrants who looked out and said, I want to make this sauce that I used to eat back in Thailand, but it's made in America. Now so much so that now you can buy the real sriracha comes from Thailand stuff where they're trying to capture some of the sriracha market by selling Thai versions of sriracha. But original sriracha, America.
That's right. Great American invention. We love it. What is more American than hot sauce for the win? That's right. That's the last sauce shop for this year. Did you agree with us? Did you think that something should have beat out hot sauce? If you did, leave us some comments. We will tell you how wrong you are, but we also will tell you some comic books right after this commercial break. It's Captain America. It's 10 issues of a Mark Waid Ron Garney run, which eventually they picked up later. Like they ended it because of something. We'll get into it. Stay tuned.
Looking to save money on your collectible supplies? Whether it's comics, cards, sports memorabilia, or miscellaneous pop culture bric-a-brac, make sure to use promo code LCSPOD to get 10% off your orders at bcwsupplies.com. Not only does it get you a discount on BCW's already low prices, but using LCSPOD at checkout is an amazing way to show support to the Last Comic Shop podcast, the most incredible comic book podcast on the airwaves. So if you are in need of collectible supplies, head out to bcwsupplies.com and use promo code LCSPOD today. That's promo code LCSPOD. Cheers!
When you're done listening to this podcast, check out mine. My name is Dave and I'm the host of Beer in Front. My podcast is just enjoying the beer that's in front of you. Sometimes we forget about a classic beer while we focus on the new trendy thing. What I try to do each week is to enjoy an old school classic or have a beer that has potential to be a classic. I'll also talk about events of the day, I'll add my spin to things, and each week there are people that really annoy me, and I'll call them out as the jag-off of the week. That's Beer in Front, available wherever you listen to podcasts.
From Fantagraphics, the Santos Sisters Volume 1 hardcover collection. Compiling issues 1 to 5 of the hit indie comic book series. Join Amber and Alana, two ordinary girls with extraordinary powers, as they fight crime, date dumb guys, and try to stay sane in a world full of assassins, zombies, crazy ex-girlfriends, and more. A mix of Archie comics meet Love and Rockets, with a healthy dose of kick-ass action. Order your copy today.
All right, we're back with more Last Comic Shop, and it is now time for our Read Paw Review. Yes, that time of every single show where we actually talk about comic books versus condiments or sauces and how the abomination of mustard seem to get far. No. All right, fine. Our comic book reviews every single week are brought to you by bcwsupplies.com. If you need your bags, boards, boxes, if you want to save money like a true American, that's right, to spend on hot dogs and hot sauces and firecrackers and stuff like that, go out to bcwsupplies.com, use our promo code LCSPOD, save yourself 10%. Again, there is nothing more American than using a good old coupon. People love coupons. If you're America, you love saving a couple bucks here and there, use our promo code LCSPOD, 10% off on that stuff you're going to buy anyways. So we've got 10 issues of Captain America, as we often do on these episodes leading up to Independence Day. We talk about the Star-Spangled Avenger himself. And this honestly came from conversations I've had with Chad over the years, that this was like a run that not a lot of people knew about, but was pretty good. So what run are we talking about, Chad?
So we are talking about, I believe in the collection, it's called Operation Rebirth. But this is Captain America by Mark Waid and Ron Garney. And this was the post-Mark Gruenwald era. Marvel had signed the contracts for Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld to come and take over some underperforming books, including Captain America, Iron Man, Avengers, and the Fantastic Four. And the folks inside Marvel were very upset they were going outside the house to get these things done. And so this was their last-ditch effort to try to say, no, we can do this. We can make a great Captain America book. And so they tried their best. But as we all know, we got Heroes Reborn and Captain America and all the fun that comes along with that. For these 10 issues, it started with issue 444. They are all written by Mark Waid. They all have art by Ron Garney. There's a lot of different inkers here. Mike Sellers is on 444. Scott Koblish takes over 445. Dennis Rodier does 446. Mike Manley gets finishes on issue 447. Dennis Rodier comes back for 448. And then Scott Koblish handles the inking duties for the rest, because we skipped 449. But for issues 450 through 444, also there's an art assist by Pino Rinaldi on issue 453. Colors are by John Callis at Malibu Studios. Letters are by John Costanza, and Mark Gruenwald was the editor-in-chief whenever this starts, so he had handed the baton over to Mark Waid for the purpose of this storyline.
And this is actually the second Mark Waid version of Captain America that we've read on the last comic shop for these particular Independence Day celebrations. We read one our first year way back in 2021. So you can go back and read Mark Waid coming back to the Captain America book, but this is where he started. And what did he do with his original run on Captain America, J.A.? What is that 10-cent synopsis?
Captain America is dying. The super soldier serum is breaking down his body and withering him away. He's put on ice and spirited away by Sharon Carter, who's working with the Red Skull, who then gives Captain America, since the Red Skull is a clone of Captain America, his blood and bone marrow, so that Captain America can be revitalized again. And the reason why the Red Skull is helping Captain America is because the Red Skull needs Captain America's help to fight an even worse evil. And who could be worse than the Red Skull? Of course, Hitler. Hitler, who's trapped inside a cosmic cube and is using the powers of the cosmic cube to turn the world into the Fourth Reich. Something like that. So that happens. And there's a lot of machinations going on. And, of course, the Red Skull being the Red Skull, there's some double-crossing involved. That's just the first part of this craziness. Because after that, Captain America gets kicked out of the United States by Bill Clinton for not being American enough and is accused of treason. And so he has to go to England, and he loses his passport. He does get a new costume, which makes him look like Zorro, minus the hat. He's got like a bandana top on, but he still has his buccaneer boots and gloves, but just no stars and stripes. And he gets a little energy shield weapon thing. So there's this guy named Machinesmith, who can take over any sort of electronic thing, but went into Captain America's brain and got all the top secrets. And now Captain America is trying to stop him from assassinating the U.S. president and then taking over the world. Or that part, why Machine Head was doing all this stuff, they didn't really explain so much, other than that he's an evil man that looks kind of like a leprechaun because he's got red hair and a goatee. And Captain America shows up in his Zorro costume. And then the best twist on the second part is that to get back into the United States, Captain America needs to get some diplomatic immunity because he's been barred from the United States. So he goes to Latveria and gets his diplomatic immunity from Dr. Doom.
This is great stuff. I don't know why you're making fun. I know that a lot of this stuff seems crazy on the surface. Mark Waid was trying to do what Mark Waid traditionally does. We've read a lot of Mark Waid comic books on the Last Comic Shop. And what does he normally do? He tries to bring the character back to the core of what we liked about the character to begin with. And what do we like about Captain America? Honestly, we like the fact that he gets involved with kind of like spy espionage kind of things. And we're not really dealing with a lot of like weird, wonky sci-fi stuff or whatever. You know, we're dealing with more like boots on the ground. And so he's got to kind of shed all that stuff. And I think that's what the first part of this book is. You know what's cool? Giving him Sharon Carter back, because she hasn't been in the book in a while. You know what's cool? Not having Captain America be an old guy laying in armor and in some hospital bed somewhere. Let's give him his powers back. You know what's cool? Let's have some political intrigue where somebody says that Captain America sold secrets to some foreign government and gets kicked out. So he has to, let's get that political machination stuff going on. And I think that all happens in these particular issues. So although, yes, they're still kind of working it out and eventually it would get better, I really feel like this is where like the roots of some stuff that we would get later on, like with Winter Soldier and stuff. That's where this comes from. Like, I don't think you get Winter Soldier and the Ed Brubaker stuff if you don't have at least Mark Waid saying, you know what's cool? This stuff when it comes to Captain America, not him being Cap Wolf. Let's just bring him back to the basics.
Well, I do want to piggyback just because Captain America inherently, in my mind, does have some sci-fi wackiness built in. You know, between all the Cosmic Cube stuff and the characters like your Artem Zola's, like, so I think Mark Waid includes that stuff too. You know, with the Machine Smith and all the plots and all the intrigue. But I totally agree with everything else you said, where it's like, this is what makes Captain America great. You never know, you know, when one of the guards is going to flip open his wrist and, oh no, those are actually laser guns inside. Like, it's all kinds of that goofy stuff mixed in with the president's mad at you because you betrayed your country. But I didn't betray my country. But Machine Smith got inside your brain and copied everything inside your brain onto this coin and is using it to betray your country. But then later when he does it to Bill Clinton's like, oh, I see what happened. My bad. Welcome back. And he has to deal with the worst of the worst. Captain America is forced to team up with his worst enemy, Red Skull. He's forced to team up with a very angry ex-girlfriend, where Sharon is not having Captain America in this story. She is not a fan. He has to team up with Dr. Doom. He has to deal with an angry United States president. Poor Captain America. He gets disavowed. He gets stripped of his citizenship. He gets put through the ringer in this story.
He even tries to throw his shield before he gets all his powers back, and it's very limp, and it just falls down.
It's too heavy.
He doesn't have the
That's right. He needs his blue chip.
So my main question is, like, was this a shock appearance by Sharon Carter? Was Sharon Carter?
He had been gone for 100+ issues.
Because it felt like there was some gravitas there that, like, obviously now, like, with the MCU and everything, like, Sharon Carter is obviously linked to Captain America. But I feel like at the time that this was published, this was a shocker for her to come back. It almost was on the level of Bucky, but I don't want to say that it was on the level of Bucky. I think,
although Bucky does come back at one point.
Yes, he does come back in these issues too, even though it's a fantasy and Captain America's machinations within the Cosmic Cube. I want to say that the first half of this was better for me personally. Like, the Red Skull story was much more established than the Machine Man espionage, and it was 3 issues of like them in the snow fighting Cyborg, random army men. I don't know, like, did anybody else get that sense too? Like, then the second half kind of fell apart a little bit.
I think it starts off really rocky for me because it starts off and you get these, Andy, earmuffs. You get these crap-ass Avengers. Where, like, what's the Avengers squad? It's Hercules.
Black Widow was there, right?
They were definitely like C-listers. I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
There was Goliath. They had
Quicksilver.
They had Hawkeye.
Hawkeye wasn't there.
It was not a prime Avengers lineup at the time. There's a reason they gave these books to Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee to take over and rejuvenate. But you start there, and then they build Captain America up. And I think the first arc, it finds its sea legs pretty quick after that first issue when they bring Captain America in it. And they do a great job of establishing it. But I also like Captain America and Angry Sharon Carter going off on their mission, where he's stripped of all the things that make him who he is. And he's trying to find his way back. And you can tell he's in rough shape because he has stubble. And that's how they would indicate that back in the day.
And horrible Zorro. That costume was so bad.
I like that costume.
No, it's horrible.
They took the stars and bars off and just left the rest.
But bandana.
The shield was god awful too. The shield was terrible. Like whatever that energy shield.
Any replacement shield is going to be terrible.
Right. And they would eventually do a lot more with those energy shields after they brought them back from the Heroes Reborn. They gave Captain America. That was like an early, volume 3 of Avengers with the Kurt Busiek run. He had the energy shield garbage. It's terrible. I agree. You do have to understand, this was the first time in a really long time that Captain America was good. To be honest, Mark Waid came in and he understood the assignment. They were outsourcing Captain America to other folks. And he was like, no, I can write a good Captain America series. And he did. And the Ron Garney art is really, really great. And actually, once they were done with the failed experiment, which was Heroes Reborn, they immediately gave this series back to Mark Waid and Ron Garney and said, keep doing what you're doing. Because it was actually pretty decent before it got unceremoniously cut off. It's silly, it's goofy, but that one issue where he goes into the Cosmic Cube and you get this Captain America that is getting to, set right all the wrongs that he feels like he should have done. He saves Dr. Erskine from the assassin. He saves Bucky from blowing up in the drone plane. Triumphant charge with the invaders to finally take down Hitler in his bunker. And Bucky's like, hold on, no, I'm your subconscious telling you that this is all a dream, and if you do this, the Red Skull wins. That was actually pretty powerful for its time. I'm sure that folks that read the Ed Brubaker run are going to be like, that's better, but I don't think you get that if you don't have the stuff that Mark Waid's doing here. That's just my take.
To go back to Ethan's earlier question, it was Captain America 233 in 1979, which was Sharon Carter's apparent death. So this shows up when, 1996?
Almost 20 years.
Yeah, it had been a minute. And with all due respect to Mark Grunwald's Captain America run, which was also an extended run, he was on that book for a long time. And I've come to appreciate Cap Wolf, and I've come to appreciate a lot of the things that Mark Grunwald had done. But this was getting Captain America reset back to no, we can make Captain America book that's cool and a Captain America book that people are going to want to read. It really was a genuine effort. It didn't spike the numbers enough, I guess, to save it from Heroes Reborn.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest problems with it, and I think sometimes you run into this with especially 90s stuff, you don't really want to show Captain America as a soldier, so he's fighting cyborg dudes instead of real soldiers. Basically, you're writing this for kids. And so that kind of bothered me at times, where it's just he's just fighting some random robots, so it doesn't really matter. But it totally should have been soldiers. You know what I mean? A really serious geopolitical situation between.
Yeah, but he does punch out one general.
I do want to go back, though, to what seemed like J.A.'s initial thoughts when he was talking about the 10-cent synopsis, that this was kind of goofy.
It was like a 90s take on a 40s book. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was reading at that time the modern equivalent of what a 40s Captain America book would have been. I mean, with all this, the Red Skull and these crazy machinations and guys with I forgot about the flip down wrists that turned into Gatling guns and things. And this man who can transfer his consciousness across electrical devices, and then where's the robot? There's no more robots around. He's transferred his consciousness into the nuclear football, and so he throws it into this exploding thing. Like, just to me, it's like the 90s version of Golden Age, and I don't know if they were doing that on purpose or if it was a bit tongue-in-cheek. It did feel goofy to me. I don't know if it's a bad thing, because I really enjoyed the Ed Brubaker stuff and Winter Soldier and whatnot, which felt a little bit more grounded and a little bit more nuanced and a little bit grittier. This was none of that. There was no grounding at all in any of this. Yeah. I thought the weakest point, which was also the most interesting, unfortunately, was the relationship with Sharon Carter, because she was like hot and cold. I mean, completely hot and cold. But from one panel to the next, she was either like some blushing girlfriend to like, oh, you know, screw S.H.I.E.L.D. and screw America and screw you, Captain America.
Yeah, but isn't that the nuance that you want? I mean, you get this character who was left for dead.
Say, I don't know about what you're talking about, hot and cold. Sharon Carter is definitely hot for me. Like that. The whole time. Remember Ron Garvey was basing his model? I think it was like Elizabeth Berkley from Showgirls. Like, that is a nice looking Sharon Carter.
But it was a 90s comic, so he had to paint on the bikinis the whole time.
Oh, there you go. I think, honestly, that my second favorite issue of these particular 10 that we had to read, I think my favorite one was the one in the Cosmic Cube with Bucky. I think that was a pretty decent book. But I really like that story where it's like just Captain America and Sharon, I don't know, jumping out of the plane because their parachute won't open when it ejects, and then they're like, well, I have to huddle together for warmth.
They didn't then. They didn't. They were on opposite sides of the cave.
These are two
Sharon
characters
wasn't having it. She told him. She's like, back off, Rogers.
But then she's having a dream where he's like kissing her, and then she wakes up and it's not him. But
they haven't been together for like gosh knows how many comic book years. It had been like 25 in real years. They're like divorcee. Like, but I like those issues.
Can we just talk real quick about the throwaway issue at the very, very end of like Carter goes to Saigon or whatever, wherever, some insert random Asian country.
Yankee Town? Yeah, that was weird. That was like borderline racist shit.
Because you got like a really good ending of the story with Clinton. Clinton thanks Captain America, as he should, for his service.
Bunch of saluting. There's so much saluting throughout this entire run.
Gives him back his shield. He becomes Captain America. And then we go to random Asian country, insert here. And then at the very end, you think like Sharon Carter and Captain America are going to go together, but then they go their separate ways. And like, what was this?
This was the last issue of Volume 1. But it does seem like Mark Waid was intending on this story, you know, carrying on from that, because it's obviously not completed, right? Mm-hmm. But this is the one issue where you get Captain America being Captain America and all of Mark Waid's run. This is his one chance to put him in the costume and have him be Captain America. And like, oh, is Sharon Carter going to betray him after all the things that, you know, that he's done to her and S.H.I.E.L.D.'s done to her? Like, is that going to get the best of it?
And I will say that particular issue, there's not really a supervillain in it, you know, warring countries and what happens. It seemed like almost like an issue of G.I. Joe or something, but you put Captain America.
I agree with Ethan. If you look at this just from a collection standpoint and a trade paperback, that epilogue issue was unneeded and they could have ended much stronger. Know when to quit.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know what happened to that gold coin. I didn't really care. I just assumed that he got it back. Didn't need to know that she was going to use it to try to kill some dictator who went to Stanford or something. I don't know what he had Georgetown, right? He was like a college student wearing a Georgetown t-shirt. I was so stupid. I don't know.
See, I think you're missing. Captain America drives a motorcycle into the river and comes out with a jet ski.
Yes, he's James Bond.
All right. Well, we've got to get to ratings because we got to wrap up this week's episode of The Last Comic Shop. Let's get it from J.A. Scott. 1 out of 4 scale. What do we got this week?
Cue that music, maestro. On this semi-quincentennial. We are saluting the flag, and we are saluting Captain America, and we are saluting this book because there's so much saluting in this trade paperback. So how many salutes are you giving it, sir?
All right. Well, I'm going to go first. This is not the best Captain America comic book that we have read during all of these previous events, but it's not the worst. This is fairly middle of the road. My initial thought is giving it like a 2.5 or something, but I'm going to go a slightly higher. I'm going to give it a good solid 2.75. And that's just because of the historical significance of this particular book. I really do think that this is where Captain America started moving towards, again, the comic books that we would get later on with things like the Ed Brubaker run. This was Mark Waid stopping something in its tracks and saying, hold on, you know why we like Captain America? It's because of this stuff. It's because of Sharon Carter. It's because of the Red Skull. It's because of the Cosmic Cube. It's because he gets disavowed by the country and he has to have speeches about how he protects the dream and not a particular ideology or whatever. And he's going to be an American for all Americans or whatever. Long story short, this is the stuff we like about Captain America. So you have that, plus you have the Ron Garney art, which I think is really good. I like that one issue where Sharon Carter comes in and Captain America's all depressed and he's like looking up. That's some good stuff. He's set up against that wall. He's got that face. He's like, oh, I'm so mad. I haven't taken a poop in days. Just
as Chad said, you could tell that he's not going well because he's got some stubble.
But it would look good. It was a good image. I was like, that is good stuff. So yeah, no, it's a 2.75. I'll salute this. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's definitely something you should read. Ethan.
Sir, I'm between giving it 2.5 and a 3. Sir, I think I'm going to rate this a 2.75, though, sir. Because I think that this is a really good book, and I think that it's a good representation of Captain America, sir. I think it was better than the stuff that came before it, sir. I think this is a good book that you should probably read. It's a good representation of Captain America, sir. And also, Sharon Carter is really hot in this particular book, sir. I'm going to give this a 2.75, sir.
All right, Chad's got to follow that.
Okay, mine's going to be a lot more relaxed. That issue 444, you see where Captain America is in the status quo that they're starting with. Going back to 1995 when this was originally released, this was the first time Captain America was cool for me. And I realized going back and reading this story, like, it does not hold up. And, some of the things might be a little bit racist. And some of the politicians might be more corrupt than I thought they were. There's certain things that might be not what they were at the time. But compared to what came before this, Captain America, he was an aspirational character. But he wasn't someone that I was like, oh, I really can't wait to get that next issue of Captain America. It was never cool, never exciting to me before this storyline. And I love the Ron Garney art. Once they settle in and get Scott Koblish in there as a steady inker, I think that settled the book down. I love Captain America outside of the Captain Americas who try to fight to get back to all those ideals and all the things he's willing to compromise to get there, but all the things that he's not willing to compromise along the way. I don't know. I like this a lot. So for me, just based on my own personal experiences with it, I'm going to go 3.75 salutes, sir.
The problem with Captain America has always been that he's a bit too square. I mean, that's why U.S. Agent came around, because he was a little bit more interesting of a character. He had some flaws. You could write stories around him. It's hard to write a story around someone who doesn't have a lot of flaws. I mean, I run into this all the time with my favorite Space Jesus character in The Silver Surfer, where you need some really good writers to sort of understand what makes that character tick and then expand upon that. And I think Mark Waid understands Captain America, and he understands what made Captain America so popular, especially in the golden age and the silver age of comic books. I think that that's what this harkens back to a bit, for better or for worse. It's not the best storytelling, but it's not bad. It was quirky. You never knew what was going to happen next. It definitely kept you on your toes. If you're going to sort of compare it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is much more like Captain America, the First Avenger, than you got in Winter Soldier. So if you like the more gritty 1970s espionage, everyone is evil, the government is bad, this is not for you. If you like the more hokey, there are Nazis with space weapons, and Hitler's brain is trapped within a cosmic box, and Captain America is going to get sucked into that box, and oh, by the way, he's got the Red Skull's blood, because that's actually his blood, because the Red Skull is a clone, and you've got this ex-girlfriend who's all angry and runs hot and cold and hot, then this is right up your alley. And you know, I think I captured perfectly the book within my 10-cent synopsis. I do think the epilogue was unneeded. I want to say for our 250th anniversary, it's a 2.5, but I think it's actually a little bit better than a 2.5. So I'm going to give it a 2.75. Salutes.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for Last Comic Shop this week. Hope that you enjoyed both our Captain America comic book review as well as the Last Sauce Shop. Make sure that you're checking out us over at www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com. Plenty of fireworks for you every single week as we continue to move forward towards our 300th episode. That's right. We've got a big celebration on our hands in just 2 short weeks. And trust me, there's good stuff next week, too, when we cover the Supergirl movie. That's right. It's been out in theaters for about a week now. Plenty of time for you to see it. If you haven't seen it, go over the 4th of July weekend. Go see that Supergirl movie. We'll be here next week with the review of that, as well as Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bilquis Everly. So make sure that you're tuning in for that. But then, 300th episode in just 2 short weeks. We'll be covering Dark Knight Returns 40th anniversary. Wow, 40 years since that book's been released. And we are going to have a star-studded cast. All the folks are coming back for that. So make sure that you're going out to www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com and subscribing.
And while we might be the Last Comic Shop podcast, we won't be the Last Comic Shop. So we encourage everybody to get out there and support your local comic shops, whether that is reading the Captain America book we talked about today, Operation Rebirth, or the other books that we didn't talk about. But I will stand by that Rob Liefeld first 6 issues of Heroes Reborn. It's fun stuff. It's wacky stuff. But anyway, all that more waits for you at your local comic shop. Stop at whatever restaurants are nearby and get yourself some condiments along the way. Put some hot sauce on it and have a good old time. And then circle back to our website at www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com, where you can find links to our social media accounts at Last Comic Shop Podcast on all your favorite social media outlets. Or you can find links to our episodes, or you can find links to what else, J.A.?
Our merch store, where you can get coffee mugs and tote bags and hats and t-shirts in red, white, and blue. That's right.
What's more American than merch?
And also, don't forget, we are releasing the Last Sauce Shop logo on a t-shirt. We're also bringing back all the other ones. Last Burger Shop. We're bringing back Last Chicken Shop. We're bringing back Last Soda Shop. We're bringing back Last Ice Cream Shop. All this month only. Once it's July 31st, the sale's over, folks. We're bringing this all back for you this month of July. So please go to our merch shop on www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com and get your shop merchandise today.
Yeah, what Ethan's not telling you is the Last Sauce Shop is really just a regular t-shirt with some hot sauce stains on it. Maybe a little mustard.
And you know what? You need to blow up a huge M80 of 5-star reviews for our podcast. It's the 250th anniversary of the United States. It's almost our 300th episode. This is the best time for you to subscribe. So go to your local podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us today. Leave us a 5-star review. Let us know what we're doing well. If you need bags, boards, boxes, all that good stuff, bcwsupplies.com. Use our promo code LCSPUD at checkout. Save yourself 10%. You got your trading cards. You got your mini helmet. You got all kinds of stuff. Football season is going to be right around the corner. We've got training season. It's baseball season, baby. And it's also comic book season every single day of the year. So please go to bcwsupplies.com. Use our promo code LCSPUD at checkout. Save yourself 10%.
All right. We hope that you will come back next week. Again, for our review of the Supergirl movie, as well as Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Until then, I was the host with the most, Andy Larson. I was joined by J.A. Scott, Chad Smith, and my brother, Ethan Larson. We hope that you stay safe, because that's what happens on 4th of July. People light off fireworks. Make sure that you're doing that safely. Keep all your fingers and toes, kids. That's always, always, always important. And remember, if anybody ever asks you whether the Declaration of Independence was written in Philadelphia, you could just say, no, it was written in ink.
Ay, caramba. Is that worse than Ranson's been sitting out in the sun?
Yes. Yes, it is.
100%.
Butter for the win! Butter for the win!
Comic Shop Podcast was a 2026 Black Angus production.